Oxygen. So
Insurco wanted to know why their clients seemed so happy dealing with them. So they asked, why Insurco? Clients responded with a resounding, why not? Well, here's why. Clients want to work with a company who understands their needs, a company that will add positively to their quality of life. Business isn't about rates and fees. It's about people and peace of mind. It's about getting the attention you need when
what the
041 emitted a binary tone, then Agent Borgs was her phone in all zeros. The woman had been to her cousin's burial the day before she received the call. When she saw the mystery number appear on her smartphone, she handed the phone off to her cousin. Because she was frightened, her cousin heard nothing but static on the other end. After repeating hello several times, she hung up the phone. In researching the number, the woman discovered that phone calls from her dearly departed are sometimes dialed from this number. Depending on how you feel about getting this phone call from a loved one, this could be a blessing or a curse. Number 12. Sadako. Not to be confused with Sudoku. Sadako is the name of a vile witch who will curse your very soul. If you've seen The Ring, you know that once someone watches the haunted VHS, they receive a phone call from a woman named Sadako. In a scratchy, eerie voice, she curses the...
is that? What the frick? What the heck is that? Like some devil something. What the heck is that? You like, don't do those things. Do not call these random numbers like these numbers. These numbers can give you things. They are. I'm not saying if they're real, but some other numbers. But don't call those numbers. Those are not good. Don't call them.
Viewer, giving them a specified number of days until they meet their end. I'm not sure why anyone would want to dial up Sadako themselves, but her phone number is 090-4444-4444. The haunted phone number.
No, I'm not calling that. No. Okay, guys, do not call that because you can. If you do, here's so long.
Will dial through with Japanese country code 81 when contacted. Sadako will frighten the living daylights out of the caller. According to some callers, you will receive the ring's infamous "You have 7 days" spiel. Rather, you'll hear a high-pitched sound that will tingle up and down your spine. A sound so discomforting that you'll want to hang up. And you should, as who knows what harm Sadako can do to you through sound and sound alone. In fact, some callers claim that despite the fact that Sadako speaks no words at this haunted number, in dialing it, the caller will still be haunted. Legend has it that anyone who calls Sadako will be the victim of some unexplainable incident within a week of the call. Number 11, 1-000-000-0000. It's pretty clear that this is a fake number. After all, it doesn't exist. If you try and call it back, you'll reach no one. But that doesn't mean that 1-000-000-0000 can't reach you.
Yeah.
As it turns,
guys, those numbers like 1-0-0-0-0-0-0, they're all fake. They're fake. But some of them are real. You guys do not call them. Do not.
The next Lotto Max jackpot is an estimated $17 million.
They're actually devil something, so don't call those things.
Withdrawals Tuesdays and Fridays, you can dream to the max.
occasional footstep, but I always played it off as normal house noises until one night in August of this year. We were downstairs watching TV like usual, about to go to bed, when we both got a really weird feeling almost simultaneously. She gave me a weird look, and I didn't think anything of it, so we went to bed. After a few minutes of her on Twitter and me on Reddit, we put our phones down and roll over to go to sleep. Then we both heard the words, "Good night," in a child's voice. Doesn't seem too strange, right? Well, considering that there were no children in the house, we both looked at each other like, why would you say goodnight like that? Then we realized neither of us had said it, and we left our room fairly quickly. We went downstairs to lay on the couch and watch a little TV and come to our senses and figure out where those words could have come from. Then we both got that someone's watching you feeling. Not like, oh, that dude over there has been staring at me, but Something will not take their eyes off me, no matter what I do feeling. So we decided it's best to leave the house. We went to walk to our front door, but right as we were about to open it, we heard the child's voice again. This time it came from the balcony above us in the entryway. Clear as day, a child said, "Mommy and Daddy." We looked at each other. I may or may not have screamed, and we ran to my car and decided to drive to the one place that was open in our shitty small Oregon town, Walmart. The problem was, as soon as we got in the car, we knew something had come with us, and it was pissed at us for leaving. The second we got into my Honda, there was nothing but the feeling of hate instilled into both of us for no reason whatsoever. Whatever it was filled that car with hate. It's now about 4 a.m. and I have to be at work in 5 hours, so we decide to go back to her house and try to get some sleep and see what happens. We walk into the front door and nothing but quiet. We walk up the stairs, turn right, and suddenly it sounds like a dog is growling from her upstairs bathroom. It takes me a second though, because I grew up with dogs, and all I could think was that it was just mine being weird. 5 seconds later I realize I'm at her house, and no dog has ever set paw in. Many legends and the figures have been described as extremely tall, very thin, black in appearance, without any facial or bodily features. Their appearances have been documented on message forums.
What the heck is that? Yeah, I know this already. So I want to watch this. So yeah.
And websites since 2008, and unlike shadow
They
people
look like a black
move
stick.
smoothly as if gliding. They do not make any sound, although the air around them seems to be charged with static. The stickmen seem to not care about the spectacular and do not pay much attention at all to humans unless provoked. The phenomenon is pretty new, and there's not enough evidence to explain what or who they are and why they're visiting. However, it's certain the discussion won't be ending soon. Number 14. Banshee. Has your mother ever told you to stop screaming like a banshee when you were a child? You've probably spent a portion of your lifetime wondering exactly what a banshee was. Well, the banshee is the spirit of an Irish woman that comes into homes and neighborhoods and releases a blood-curdling scream just before someone is going to die. She is often seen wearing a white or gray dress, washing the blood-stained clothes of those who are about to perish. Reports also claim the banshee is very pale and has very long dark hair, which they
What the frick is that?
They brush with a silver comb. Alleged sightings of banshees have been reported as recently as 1948. The banshee may also appear in a variety
1948. Alright. What the heck is that? I don't understand that.
of other forms, such as that of a hooded crow, stoat, hare, and weasel, although the banshee more often only comes as a warning of death. Some lore explains that she will get hungry and will kill witnesses and animals with her high-pitched scream and then suck their blood and soul. She is most often seen as an old hag, but can also appear as a gorgeous young woman. In most lengths, the banshee is either the spirit of a murdered woman or a mother who died during childbirth. Number 13. Wendigo. A half-beast creature or spirit that is particularly associated with cannibalism. The Wendigo, meaning evil that devours, was featured by Elgermond Blackwood in his classic terror tale. They have red eyes with sharp yellow crooked teeth. While many people believe that the legend of the Wendigo was simply created to deter people from committing acts of cannibalism, it's hard to convince witnesses that this is anything but real. Number 12. Succuba.
What the frick? What the f- Your forehead slit!
In folklore, the succubus is seen as a female
Freak is a succubus!
was found on the marsh of Dorchester Bay. Number 15. Peter Kujanowski. He worked as a railroad section hand and as a miner. Kujanowski killed one adult and 2 children. However, he approached many other children who made escapes. Kujanovsky was a suspect in the disappearance of Billy Gaffney, who vanished in 1927. Albert Fish would later claim to have murdered Gaffney. Both serial killers worked in the same time frame and in the same geographic area and were killers of children. He was also a suspect in the murder of Ivering Pinchley, who disappeared. Kujanovsky was captured in Detroit, Michigan, confessed, and was brought to Jersey City for trial. He was found guilty of first-degree murder on November 17, 1928, at the age of 25. That sets his killings at the age of only 21. He was executed by electric chair on December 21, 1929, in Trenton, New Jersey. Number 14. Gordon Stewart Northcott. A homosexual sadist, by age 21, Northcott was living on a poultry ranch near Riverside, California. Northcott became known as the Boy Butcher. He was a suspect in the Wineville chicken coop massacres and was found responsible for the kidnappings of an undetermined number of boys. When he was tired of boys, they were shot or branded with an axe, their flesh dissolved with quicklime, and their bones transported to the desert for disposal. Only one was ever found, a headless teenage Mexican, discovered near La Pointe during February 1928, but homicide detectives identified 3 other victims. His mother aided him in the murder of Walter Collings, one of Northcott's victims. His mother knew of his sexual deviancy and suggested killing the boy because he knew too much. Convicted on 3 counts of murder, including the 2 brothers and the anonymous Mexican, Northcott was sentenced to death. His mother received an only life sentence in the Collins case. While serving time at San Quentin, Northcott alternated between protests of innocence and detailed
12 hours.
I became a new mom, and I was told that
The following video is a
There was a long silence the whole time.
Couldn't. Wrath is gone. Or perhaps he's just gone for now. I don't know if I'll ever be sure, with his long absences in the past. But I finally managed to talk.
As he stood there in silence. Who is that at the front door, he said, as he dropped the bag he was holding to the
I
floor.
didn't finish this until yesterday.
Stories or videos to make dolls frightening. Many people can simply walk into a room with a doll and suddenly feel uneasy, just in case. Number 15. In a Whisper.
911, what is the address to your emergency?
5 Plus Street Laundry Mat.
What's the problem?
I've been abducted.
What would you do if you were taken and your abductor was asleep beside you? Hopefully you'd bravely follow this heroic woman's lead. She made the most of this opportunity to call police. Despite the risk involved, the Ohio woman told dispatchers in a whisper that she was in the bedroom of an abandoned house. Being held captive by 40-year-old Sean Great. She begged them to come find her. She was hesitant to attempt an escape, in fear that she would wake her captor.
Is there any way you can get out of the building?
I don't know without waking him, and I'm scared.
Is there a bathroom in the house?
Well, his bedroom is closed, and he made it so it would make noise.
Luckily, the young woman was successful in leading police to the home, where he was arrested and charged with abduction. The woman had befriended Sean a month prior, after which this happened. Even more horrifying, this woman likely escaped an even more horrific fate, as 2 more women were found on the property, and Great eventually led police to a 3rd. If it wasn't for her grit and determination to live, this monster might have gone on to take the lives of many more. Number 14. Unwelcome guests. This scary 911 call found an unlikely hero in a 7-year-old. Carlos was just a kid when he dialed 911 in March of 2010.
Listen to me, take a deep breath. I already have the police coming. I'm ready.
Despite the men finding Carlos and his sister hiding, the young boy stayed on the phone and told the men that the police were on the line. The cowards then fled. Without harming anyone or taking anything, Carlos's heroism was astonishing to police. How did he know what to do in such a crisis? Carlos and his mother had run emergency drills involving what to do in just such an event, a lesson perhaps many families should heed. Number 13. Halloween. You wouldn't think that a harmless, scary movie would lead to actual, real-life horror, but when 17-year-old Jake Evans watched Rob Zombie's remake of Halloween, he turned into a monster. In a gated community in Aldeo, Texas, Evans became Mike Myers. There, he took the lives of both his mother and his younger sister. He originally planned to take the lives of his grandparents who lived across the street, as well as 2 other sisters, but instead he went into the living room to dial 911 and confess his horrific actions. During the 911 call, Evans very calmly explained to the dispatcher what he did and why, calling himself evil, but then goes on to say whatever.
Okay, is there any reason that you were so angry at your mother and your sister?
I don't know, I wasn't, it's weird, I wasn't even really angry with them, it just kind of happened,
His entire written confession ran 4 pages long and detailed the motive for his action. His neighbors rabidly making animal-like noises. Fisher relayed to the police that his neighbors had his life taken, and the frat boy actually was entrusted with managing 2 boutiques opened by Selena. The whole family trusted her, and she was given full financial access. Behind Selena's back, Yolanda took full advantage. Was discovered to have been embezzling money. After she was fired, she asked Selena to meet her at the Corpus Christi Days Inn Motel. Still wanting a friendly relationship with Yolanda, Selena complied, but there her short life ended when Yolanda took her life. As hotel workers called 911, the young rising star laid in the hotel lobby, where she repeatedly told them her attacker's name and her room number.
Right now? Yes, ma'am. She just passed out. Okay. Still there? I already have to call in. Somebody can give some information so we can get the first back. Okay. You don't know anything else about who might have done it or anything like that?
It's another lady, that's all I know. We're trying to find out.
And okay, this lady's about 40 years old?
Although Yolanda initially gave a written statement declaring her
Number 15. A week or so before my 10th birthday, I walked to the corner store with a $5 bill and picked up a jar of ragu for my mom. On my way home, a man I'd never seen before fell in step with me and began talking. "Hi," he said cheerfully. "My name is Dr. Ramsey. I'm a pediatrician. Do you know what a pediatrician is?" I ended up driving him crazy.
When you accidentally hit snooze on Christmas morning, at least you'll have the perfect gifts and more from Canadian Tire, Canada's Christmas store.
Number 15. The Mob. Whether in the darkness of night or in... For number 15. Amber Alert.
This is a 7-year-old white female, 3 feet 4 inches tall with long brown hair, brown eyes, and was last seen wearing a black nightgown.
State and local authorities have some access to the emergency alert system in use with missing children. These alerts are often referred to as Amber Alerts, which began in 1996. Amber Alerts can be used to share information of missing or abducted children on a country or statewide level. Most of these alerts describe the missing child and any information of their last whereabouts. Uploaded in 2016, this video shows an Amber Alert that aired during the popular children's show Arthur. The description reads, "This child abduction emergency."
Police, what is he doing? Is he threatening you?
Going nuts.
Okay, has he threatened you in any way, or is he just harassing you?
You're gonna...
A terrified 5-year-old boy calls 911 after he saw Momo, the creepy bug-eyed ghoul that's been freaking everyone out. 5-year-old Giovanni says he was watching cartoons on YouTube when Momo popped up. He immediately called the Albuquerque police.
Will you find her? Yes, we're gonna find out who did it. Okay, but that picture that you see, that's not real. It's just pretend. No, just someone that was mean.
And here's the 911 dispatcher, Natalie Garule, who reassured Giovanni that Momo is not real.
You can call me anytime. Anytime. Okay?
Yeah, so if you don't know emergency alert, Canada is very, very scared to give me a like. Yeah, so Canada emergency alert is very, very scary. Like people, look at this. Look, see here.
We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important details will follow.
Un message en français suivra.
That's how Canada emergency alert sound. Like, what the heck?
These blackberries are even fresher. Oasis Health Break with collagen. Fruit, but even better. Up to 85% off. The best deals only at Shein.
So the US sound like. I think Canada is more like. Japan sound like. Sound like that. South Korea. that is so damn scary. What the heck? So these are all the emergency alerts that happen in Canada. So we just find them. No emergency alerts. Where are the emergency alerts? Where are they? No. Emergency alerts. Is the app downloaded? I don't think so.
Monday, with a heavy rain and wind, Pemberton Search and Rescue deployed a team.
Wait, what the heck? Wait. On November 17, 2020, this is not a test of the Ontario Alerts Ready stream. There is no danger to your health or safety. Is this an actual emergency? You will now hear issues from your cell and mobile devices are available. I didn't know this happened yesterday.
This is a test of the Ontario Alert Ready system. There is no danger to your health or safety. If this was an actual emergency,
price of almost every type of food. You probably noticed it on your grocery bill.
Alright, so alerted and the state of public health emergency. Protect the healthcare stream. New public health will be tested on 12:01 a.m. September 16. Please follow the rules. Help stop the spread of COVID-19. Yeah, let's stop the COVID-19's cases. What the heck is happening? Huh?
Brought heavy hitters to the stump for insurance.
A great voice at 49%. NDP and Bloc supporters are less.
if observed on
The alert in effect. The Barrier Police server have requested an Amber Alert on the 9/6/2021. Victim 1, Green Deck, 3-year-old girl. 3-year-old girl. 3-year-old girl. White, Spectator 1, David Cave, 27 years old, May, White, last seen in the city of Brea. Oh, so the 27-year-old man kidnapped this 3-year-old in Canada on September 7, 2021. Yeah, so I already know this, yeah. So, yeah.
Fences and barbed wire.
Ontario Alert. Ontario Police have requested an Amber Alert. Victim, Olivia Clerk, is a female, 7-year-old, 4 feet, 2 inches tall, 60 lbs, has brown eyes, brown shoulder, with hair, is wearing a pink pajamas. The suspect, Karen Clerk, is a female, 30-year-old, 5 feet, 6 inches. Alright. Wow. tall, black eyes. Let's see.
Brown eyes. Brown shoulder length.
Yeah.
What do you want to get? Ice cream.
Canada World War? What the heck?
Leur fournissant des nouvelles
Mobile devices are connected to Wi-Fi or mobile.
Too late to evacuate.
What the freak is this? All recesses within 800 mile Ontario. A strongly sick of fallout. Fallout stronger near attacks and explosions. Fallout. Attack and explosions! What the heck? Wait, so how emergency alerts can happen on the TVs? How?
Police returning to Ontario.
Yeah, so this COVID-19 started on March 27, 2020. Emergency alert. So I will talk about the COVID. So when this COVID, if you guys don't know when did COVID started, so it started on March 27, 2020. What happened? So Ontario are high risk spreading COVID-19. A request to law safe will stay indoors for 14 days. Do not visit stores, family or friends. Anyone should stay home to stop the spread. So yeah. So stay home, do not go no. But that happened when COVID started.
Alert. Police. Alert. Police contact. CST Gym Edwards. Child. White male. 8 to 13 years old. Thin build. Dark blue winter coat with neon green accents. Matching snow pants. Dark winter boots and winter hat. Abductor. 5 foot 11 inches. White male. Medium build.
Leo Vegas Online Casino offers thousands of games, such as the classic Book of Dead.
A happy ending to a desperate
Information we just
but weren't sure of her intentions, as both had been missing for more than a week. 5 hours later, success.
Where were you tonight?
At a hotel.
At a hotel.
The mother was taken into police custody for a short time, but charges aren't expected to be laid.
Open the door!
Police burst into a hotel room where they find the suspect accused of kidnapping an 8-year-old girl.
Hands! Let me see your hands! Step out here! Step out!
Officers rush inside.
Get on the ground!
It's a race against the clock to find the child, who was caught on a doorbell camera being snatched from her mother's arms. Mom and her daughter were on a stroll in their Fort Worth, Texas neighborhood when the nightmare began. Mom, who asked not to be named, tried desperately to fight off the kidnapper, but he sped away with the little girl inside the car. 8 hours later, police in nearby Forest Hills found the getaway vehicle in a hotel parking lot. Officers left after seeing no sign of the child, but cops from the Fort Worth Police Department went to the same hotel and did some more digging with the front desk hotel clerk.
Do you have the room information for room 333? I need like the person's name, when they checked in, all that stuff.
They think they found their guy.
Matches the description.
Then they rush to room 333 and barge in.
Get on the ground!
The suspect is placed in handcuffs. Cops desperately search the room.
Hey, shit! Got her! We got her!
The little girl popped her head out of this laundry basket where she had been hidden under a pile of clothes. She was afraid.
The horrors they endured are
Her and her daughter fathered by Castro.
Amanda is here tonight, not here today. She is strong.
Hey gang, it's kind of a
it's kind of a gray, rainy day here in St. Louis, and I'm at a cemetery called Laurel Hill Memorial Gardens, and we're here to see and pay respects to the grave of a little girl that was killed many years ago. And I'll tell you what drew me to come here to this cemetery to see Angie's grave. Is the horrendous. I thought really I've heard everything as we tell these stories that they just seem to be more and more terrible. Bus stop, and not just one, but multiple neighbors. And on that day there were distractions, unfortunately. One of the neighbors who usually stands guard at her window at the time and used to watch the children get off the bus, but she just didn't happen to do it that day. And
It all starts with one sound. Sound of the brave, the new fragrance, Diesel.
Welcome back. I wanted to take you through a look at the police chase that we had early this morning. Now, you're looking at the video from early today where we had that car, the red car right here, the suspect. Dives around, look there at 64th Avenue, nearly hit some other cars, and this is where I thought he was going to get caught. He ended up in a little parking lot area here that is really a no man's land near about 69th Avenue. He decides to go up into the grass, over the curb there, and he can see there's no restrictions right through the little fence and then down the embankment and onto I-76. So that's how he was able to escape the side streets and then get back up on the highway. This is where he was going on I-76 for a while, stops. This is where he carjacks that family, the couple. He gets the driver's door open, gets the driver out, the passenger, she jumps out of the car right now and then goes to the side, and this is when he has that gold minivan and then drives away, back going the wrong way on I-76, nearly hitting, look at that, semis, police officers. They try to get the stop sticks out and throw it across the highway, but unfortunately they missed, and he almost missed hitting a few cars. This is later on, after he drove on E-470, after he hit that state trooper. He now tries to get out of the car and tries to carjack that guy in the BMW. He then bumps that black car, hits this lady. This is the next car that he carjacks when he just got off of Peoria, just south of E-470. He pretends that, hey, I just hit you, I'm in an accident, what's going on? And he gets up to the woman's door, he opens it up, and then rips her out, throws her to the ground, and then takes her car, and then continues on his wild chase. I was scared right there. I thought, let it go. Just let the car go. Don't go chasing after the car. He then comes into the intersection right here at Peoria and Lincoln Avenue where he causes that accident. The car is undrivable. He jumps out, almost trapped. He wanted to get into that car there and take it again, but he was unable to because of the Douglas County deputy there. And now he's on foot, running through the front yard of that bank. He goes around the bank, slips and falls on the snow, loses his jacket, and eventually goes over to a fence where he can't get through anymore, and this is where the officers eventually get him without any other resistance, which was thankful news. So a very scary chase that lasted about 45 minutes or so this morning, and thankfully it didn't turn out worse than it could have as we were watching this entire thing unfold.
The sisters of one of 2 women killed in this deadly wrong-way crash on the Hart Bridge early yesterday morning, they're now speaking out about what they're calling dangers to drivers in that construction zone. Taquana de Oliveira.